Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of Steven's Week, the weekly update on marketing and technology. Welcome to this new episode. Walmart decided that they will stop their shopping partnership with Google. And this is a surprising news because Walmart and Google work together to fight against Amazon. As you know, Google has a smart speaker and Google Assistant that can facilitate shopping. Walmart has a big store, and if you combine those two, you can actually have the same model like Amazon has with Alexa in their store. And Google's strategy to fight against Amazon is to partner up with as many big retailers as possible to, don't lose the future of this market. The e-commerce market is going to be huge, and Google wants to play a crucial role in that. So this is a major setback for Google because they're losing the products of Walmart, they're losing the data of the customers of Walmart, and they had high hopes that that would be a reference partnership. Walmart clearly is not really excited about that partnership, so they're going full force on their own platforms. And as I mentioned before in these weeklies, Walmart is doing a really good job. So it's fascinating to see that a traditional retailer like Walmart decides that they don't need the help from a big technology company like Google to fight against Amazon, which shows, I think, the power of Walmart. This week, bad news for Facebook again. News came out that Facebook is paying youngsters to install an app. It's called Facebook Research, and Facebook is offering $20 per month to the children that install that. And what they're basically doing is looking at everything that those people are doing on their phones. And the goal for Facebook is to understand how youngsters are using other social networks like Snapchat, for instance, and TikTok to see what the success is of those apps. Now, the bad thing is that every app on your phone, especially on iPhones, is installed through the App Store. And Facebook figured out a way how people can install it without permission of Apple so that they have access to all the data on the phone, which is totally not in line with what Apple wants apps to do. So this is bad news. And Facebook has been trying to restore trust in the last 12 months. But month after month, there's bad news coming from them. And I think the situation is getting worse by every new item that pops up. And it's going to be a real challenge for them to restore that trust in the short run. Cool news from Volvo in Europe. In Sweden, Volvo will start with a real-life experiment of driverless cars, and it's with one of those cool driverless cars. It's going to be those concept cars, and they're going to drive on the freeways in Sweden. There will be a human on board, but the goal is that that human basically does nothing. That's just a human control pilot to see if things get bad, that the human can take control of the steering wheel. But it's a real-life test, and you know that I love these examples of automation in mobility and how it's coming closer and closer every week. So I was very happy and excited to read about Volvo's experiment. I talked about this in the past. Disney is launching its own streaming service, and more it's becoming clear that this is pretty tough for Disney, and the reason is that their business model is completely different than that of Netflix. Disney is used to making content and instantly making money from that content. At Netflix, like I mentioned in the weekly of last week, Netflix is now investing $15 billion in content, but the truth is they're only going to make money of that in the future because they're using that content to attract new users and to make sure people stay loyal. But it's not a big bang of money generation versus Disney's model is a big bang of money generation. So question is, how much money is a company like Disney willing to invest in future revenues, and how will they keep up with the investment rate of a company like Netflix that has a completely different philosophy in terms of money making. I just talked about how Facebook is suffering with trust and everything, but if you look at the results that they shared just Thursday evening, it's amazing. The growth is much higher than everyone anticipated. Their stock is booming again. So this is a very, very strange paradox. They cannot repair trust, but at the same time, users don't really care about it. Advertisers don't really care about it. And it remains the most important media platform in the world. So this is a very interesting paradox. A little bit of difference between what people say and feel compared to what they do in their day-to-day life. I have more and more the feeling that the transformation of payment is really happening. Of course, in China, it has already completed its transformation. But like this week, Apple announced that they surpassed the 1.8 billion transactions with Apple Pay, their payment formula. You see how banks are coming up with new payment formulas. So I think in the next few years, this is going to be a full transformation. And hopefully, it's going to be the end of the credit card and that we can pay in a much more convenient way. So everyone, this was my weekly update. Hope you enjoyed it and hope to see you again next week. Bye-bye. Have a great weekend.